Good evening. In a world obsessed with a polished exterior, there are dark corners where the light simply fails to reach. Tonight, we examine a case file that stands as one of the most chilling portraits of social failure, the story of a high school girl named Saki Yoshida. What began as a simple desire for acceptance transformed into a terminal descent into a living nightmare. The first 7 chapters of this case are not merely a tale of a teenager's poor choices, they represent a systematic spiritual execution. What pushed her over the edge? Tonight, we peel back the layers of this tragedy in this special investigative report. Our behavioral investigation reveals that Saki did not walk into the abyss alone. She was propelled by a series of social gears that ground her down with terrifying precision. Hayato, the predator. Hayato is a textbook predator. He didn't use physical force, he used grooming. By providing a false sense of security and validation to a girl starved for attention, he dismantled her self-worth. He transformed Saki into a commodity, using her psychological fragility as collateral. The family unit, the structural failure. The home, what should have been the final fortress, became the wall that pushed her away. The lack of communication and the emotional volatility of her parents acted as a catalyst, making the dangerous world outside seem warmer than the cold reality of her own living room. The school environment, the toxic atmosphere. Social isolation and bullying stripped Saki of her identity. In a hierarchy that judges based on appearance, a naive girl felt forced to sell her soul just to prove she existed. By Chapter 7, we reach what investigators call the point of no return. The introduction of narcotics isn't just a narrative shift, it is the permanent execution of Saki's autonomy. In this case, drugs act as the invisible shackles. They serve 2 brutal purposes. Erasing instinct, they wipe away the girl Saki once was, leaving only a vessel driven by chemical signals. Sealing the exit. In criminology, drugs are a tool used by traffickers to imprison victims without bars. The victim returns to the abuser voluntarily, driven by the agony of withdrawal. The moment that first needle broke the skin, the conclusion of this investigation into chapters 1 through 7 is clear. Saki Yoshida was a victim of a total societal collapse. Her death didn't occur at the end of the story. It happened in increments. It happened every time she was deceived, every time she was ignored, and every time she traded her dignity for a fragment of manufactured love. This case serves as a dark mirror for our society. There are many Sakis walking the edge of the cliff alone right now. These 7 chapters are the loudest warning possible. If we continue to ignore the quiet cries for help around us, we become the very force that pushes the next girl into the dark. Thank you for joining us for this special report. May this story serve as a lesson paid for in the heaviest price imaginable. Good night.